Hello there. Good evening. And welcome back to Sleepy Scions, our peaceful corner of Eorzea where we slow things down and savor every step of the journey through our Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. We take our time, we read every quest, we absorb the lore, we let the story unfold at its own gentle pace. So if you're looking for some background noise while you play along or something to relax to or fall asleep to even, you are in good hands. So grab yourself a drink, put some warm socks on, and settle in. And as always, while we're here together, just always a little reminder to take care of yourselves. Drink water, eat good foods, call your friends. Whatever you need to do to take care of you, because you matter, and I'm glad that you're here. So let's get comfy and let's get started. So let's go ahead and log into our Warrior of Lights, Julia Gabagoo. Julia. Is that you, Julia? All right. So we've been doing a little bit of everything lately, trying to square up the hard version of the primals, which we've done. So that's cool. And now it's time to finally move from the Waking Sands to the Rising Stones. Benfilia has a final favor to ask of you. Let us set aside the matter of this Ascian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. All right, Urianger. Here's your book. I have your book, Urianger. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? Here's a book. The legacy of Benfilia's father, who perished in the parade incident of 1562 when Agubu broke free of its magical fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah, contains a wealth of stolen Imperial research on the primals as well as other information which has yet to be deciphered. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Julia, this is Benfilia. Dude, you are literally 15 steps away. Just come out. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the seventh heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of the new Aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it's right on our doorstep. Yes, or don't you have the king list? I'm not doing Moggle Mog hard. Nope. No, I'm not. It's Tataru. Oh, Julia, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comforting a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is also intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. That guy? How can he see? Ah, that man. I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be... If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. I'm a scholar? Did you know that? That I'm a scholar? The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. Why, that's just wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Julia, I believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Crystal Towers quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress to the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. And, okay, while you are granted respite from your duties as a Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. There's a lot of blue quests here. One second. Sorry about that. What's Alfina have to say? Is it not wonderful, Julia? Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. I know full well they'll come in time, but for now, let us enjoy the respite. Dude, you're kind of the presumptuous dickweed, if we're being honest. Minfilia. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, for today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as do our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! For Eorzea! A moment of your time, Julia. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. No, none could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge, both... Oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they must know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Ocher? Or Puce? And what of our allies? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Julia. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved. But how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Cryo, where are you? So this must have been like a break in the story, right? I don't see any other explanation. Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions, unclear. They survived the seventh ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last, they see. Okay, that must have been like the 0.1 patch. Still Waters. Minfilia has a new assignment for you. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amangina & Sons mineral concern. It would appear the storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals and only crystals were missing. I hardly need tell you what may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone with the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have yet grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts out, not out of self-interest but in service of a primal, then we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred will have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Okay. We know what crystals mean. Julia, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time may be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Alright, where's Fufulupo? Fufulupa! Oh, hello there, Julia, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... But never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off towards Eastern Thanalan with, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalan. Huh. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Do you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news, or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, where have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they'd ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Julia. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals and in such quantities. It cannot be we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were to profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Eorzea of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll.
Thancred asked how hot she was.
Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
That's hilarious.
Far across the sea from the land of Doman have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Thancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufulupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon the most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears prove well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed. If, for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Makote miner traveling without escort, so as not to attract undue attention? But who? Oh, yes, I see. The concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerlia? A fine spot to rest, would you not agree, Julia? Alas, the role of the Makote miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north, and I will do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer some encouragement. Some steel encouragement. Yes, some steel encouragement, yes. Unknown Ravagers. Alright, Ishtola, what have you. Yo, Ishtola looks so good. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed? A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so kind to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. Dude, Ishtola looks dope. To Horizon, then. Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I shall very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no, but I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that ominous we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea lion, a Leminzan born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes, she's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointed, I know, but we must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Okay. So they found who was the traitor, and then they dispatched a whole crew to him, and then he just like magically escaped. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that seems a little fishy. Mother of Exile. Thancred has information on your next assignment. The antecedent bid me to tell you to make way for Vesper Bay, where young Alfino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alfino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade, and when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. You are late. What a fucking asshole. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yeah? And Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I shall be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools to not pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Julia, unless I'm mistaken. And I am rarely mistaken. We will find the Domans bickering with the Sultansworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have a hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repertoire. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Dude, he is dripping with rich kid vibes. It matters not how many times you ask. Without necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears? A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope you will find me more to your liking. Alfino Leveyor, at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourself to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there aught we can do to help. At the quicksand.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doman, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Ul'dah, Doman was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlean, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doman was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doman is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Damn.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlean. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
Dripping. Just soaked.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but Your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
If I may, madame, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Good ma'am, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Yeah, we'll do what we can. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Julia? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just sent word that they can't come. Meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs, and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha. Go and call on Frito and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them these letters. That should set them straight. Nice. We got him food at least. Look like a dungeon. My, that's an rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? Nope. Here's your letter. You know you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. What an asshole. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Shut up and ship 'em. I'll speak not for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Yikes. So wait, I have a delivery to make? So I just have to make a delivery and then I go back and then I get a Fantasia? That seems awesome. This is taking forever. Maybe it really was too good to be true. Now I can go get my Fantasia. Got me a Fantasia. Nope. Void Scent Blood. Imp Wing. No. Worthless. Sell, sell, sell. Back to Momodi. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri. It's all in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less suspect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with this reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and Syndicate both, we shall return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done so much for us, Master Ofino. I swear we will return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. She's like a dragon tail. You will be accompanying us? Yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing is palatable, but nothing so palatable would be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Pleasure, Julia. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, The circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doman, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlean, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal
Why isn't his mouth
activity?
moving?
You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes,
Oh,
or
never mind. He was looking at the wrong
it is
person.
only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domans Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Roban would like to discuss how to handle the Doman refugees. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled in weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Ha! I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that matter to be reconsidered. The Monitors have made their position clear. Agreed, Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa, Laminsa, or Gridania, I judge, given their state of internal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends to confine to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no help of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. It's right in front of your face, Alphino. Hello? Hello? Mor Dhona? Amphilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand this Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, the outpost in Mor Dhona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action and lacks the comfort of a more established settlement. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have the need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter in how which they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dah Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Julia. Alright, so we have a place to put them. Now we have to figure out how to get them there. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Alright. So now we have to figure out how we're going to get them there. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time they are ready to set out for Mor Dhona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate would not bear the cost escorting more than 200 Domans to Mor Dhona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We shall begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, my Lady Yugiri, and you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. He's been a shit this whole time. Like, I don't understand what his deal is. Why is he being so nice now? What's his angle? Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting the Doman friends to you after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Yeah, I figured that was coming. Yugiri's game, Alphino has a mind to send you to Vesper Bay. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Julia, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever needs to be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hosen when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Oh, Hosen, yeah. Oh yeah, Hosen. Greetings. Alphino informed me that a Scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Dude, I'm here to help. I knew from a glance what manner of woman you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given to my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes would succeed where I have failed. Well, I am a Mikote. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozen. He can tell you more. You, Hosen, you named your son Yozen? Oh, hello there. I am Yozen, son of Hosen. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear we're traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriage, but don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but what's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still in hiding. Since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they are found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I'll bet you find them in no time. One. Hey, you're not Yozen. Who are you? I'm Kuharu. Julia Capicola, huh? I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those stallions, aren't you? No, Scions. Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek too. Oh, right. Almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Julia Capicola. There's one. How'd you find me? Guess I need to practice more, or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Yozen didn't say anything about adults, huh? We get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know. That sounds scary, but if Yozen says it's safe, I'll go. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek? Ah, I see. I see that you are curious. It is quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are well prepared. At long last, Hosen and his group are ready to leave Vesper Bay. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I including my stubborn old father Homai, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with the young Kuharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on your journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Let's help them get there. Eager to be off, are you? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerlea. Might be someone's eyes playing tricks on him, of course, but I don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story. So I was thinking you might go ahead and have a quick word look around. Make sure the area's safe and like. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there is safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own, assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Gotcha. Gotta go there. We're gonna save a little bit. Aha, we found the Wandering Eye. So there was a beastie, was being the operative word, eh? Haha. Well fought, madame, well fought. If only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Huh, be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon those heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen, least of all. They fought fiercest, though they know full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all of this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who was given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Yes. Hey, Miss Julia. Haru and I want to know why you became an adventurer. To ghost wither the wild rose blooms. So you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Miss Julia. I have a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? It is home to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Oh, so you live there with your friends? That means you'll always be there to protect us. Enough, Kaharu. It's my turn again. Miss Julia, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Train every day. Seek out new experiences and adventures. Drink your Ovaltine. Of course, to be a better adventurer, you have to go adventuring. All right. That's enough question for Miss Julia. That's not fair. Why does Yozen get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about venturing just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Miss Julia. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurer's guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Miss Julia and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Miss Julia and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? All right, quicksand. Julia, I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Huh, is there not else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. Okay. So we've started to move the Domans, Revenant's Toll. And with that, I am going to call it a night. We will continue this Doman episode and in our next little play fun, and we will see you then. So I want to wish you all first of all, thank you for coming to watch. Wish you all a good night, sleep tight, and we will see you next time.